Oh, good morning. My hair is just too frightening for the normal people, so we put on to Cabela's I Own Guns hat. And today we're going to talk about something really simple. Something that happened yesterday. I went to move the Ford Fusion Energi, which I finally have registered. Haven't had enough money to register. It's very expensive. And the first thing that happened, I had been driving it like once a week just to make sure everything is hunky-dory. It's not good to let cars sit for long periods of time unless you set them up specifically for that. First, the car wouldn't open for me. After I got in and I finally did get the car unlocked, it finally did open. It wouldn't start. It just push button to start and it said it didn't see the key. Finally, it did start. I backed it out, turned off the car, and then it said no key present. To turn car back off, you have to have a key. It actually turned off, but it was just saying weird things, and it was acting strange. So generally in a situation like that, the first thing to try is, obviously, the car's 2 years old, is to change the battery in the key fob. This is in my interpretation, a pretty ugly key fob in my opinion. I don't care for Ford's looking key fob, but this is basically your key fob you're dealing with. Obviously, you can remove the key by pressing the button on the front. Of course, I went to the wrong side because I'm a doofus. You all know that. And that pulls the key out. Again, you have the inside of the key. Now, basically, I'm looking at the camera, so you'll see this little hole that makes it a little easier. That's how you get it started. By sticking, you can use the key or you can use something small. I'm trying to get this right. I'm sorry, I'm not really good at doing this. But that can get this front area. I gotta do this looking another way. What you're trying to do is you're trying to get this backing off. And I'm not doing this very well because I'm an idiot. But you get in there and you can pop it up like that. Now, even though it pops up, doesn't seem like it wants to come up. But in this case, it went flying. It can seem like it's going to be tough to get off, mostly because it seems to want to grip onto this area. It's almost like rubberized feeling like there. But it'll pop right off, exposing your battery. And this is what it's going to look like on the inside. The battery is a little bit buried, and I don't have a lot of light in here, so I'm going to figure out exactly how to get it out. I have a plastic pry tool right here, and I'm going to use to pop the battery if I can. If not, I'll have to use something metal. Generally, it's probably better to use plastic instead. It's not really showing very well, but that gives you a general idea of what it looks like. And as I said, it's a little buried. Might have to use something metal to get it out, so I might have to edit this out while I try to get it out. Also, there's not much light in here. So what I'm going to have to do without the light is I'm going to have to go figure it out. Give me a second while we edit this. Well, I wouldn't recommend using metal if you can help it. They're like little openings so you can get under to pop the battery out. That's the easiest way. Now, the Ford uses a different battery. You know, most of the time you're used to a particular battery. This particular one uses the 2450 battery, which we're going to replace in this unit. Obviously, when replacing the battery, it goes one particular way. As you can see, as it was originally in there, and I should have probably got myself ready ahead of time. Happily, I had the scissors nearby to cut all this silliness out. Again, it's probably not a good idea to use metal if you can help it, but I'm not really worried. We're not dealing with very high voltages here, so I don't see anything getting damaged. There's no real electronics right in that spot. So we just get the battery out of the container, maybe. This is where having the diabetes really causes trouble. Oh my God, what is going on with this? Out. Fine. Wow, what did they do? Glue this thing in? That didn't work either. This is like completely surrounded. That's interesting. It's like in a pocket. Even when you take it out, the whole thing is like in a pocket of plastic. That's what threw me off. So even when you cut it out of the packaging, it's in its own little pocket of plastic. And that's why it was so hard to get out. Now, obviously, when you put it in, you want to put it with the words facing out. This would be, it's hard to hold these things. This would be the bottom of the battery. This would be the top. You want the top facing up. And basically, you just slide it right on in. And we'll see if it's going to be as simple as that. Slides right in like that. Snap it in. Be careful. One thing I found, you can accidentally press this button by accidentally doing setting off your alarm, which is not a fun little prospect. Once you got that, just take this, pop it right back in. Again, being careful not pressing that button, and snap it shut. It'll snap right shut, no problem. Stick your key in, if I can even manage that. And there you go. You got a fob with a fresh battery. Oh my freaking Lord, was that pathetic. That this probably falls into higher aspects of one of the more pathetic videos I've ever done to show you what a wuss I am. I'm sure all the women are saying, oh, that's the manly man I want to be with. Well, that's a simple way to change your battery in your fob, and that's probably the smartest way to take care of these type of issues first, because that's probably what your problem is. It's certainly the simplest way. There are ways to reprogram your key right back into your car. It's actually in the manual. It's a pretty interesting little thing to be discussed at another time. That's all I got for this video. Hopefully this works. If not, then I got other problems going on. Verdier out.